So hello everyone and welcome along to another night of TGP1 Racing in season 37. It is rounds 13 and 14 tonight from the Hungary ring and Spa-Francorchamps. We are currently about underway here in Hungary with the qualifying session, and I'm joined in the commentary box tonight by Luca. So welcome along, Luca, first time in the commentary box.
Yeah, hello and hello to everybody watching. Should be an interesting one. I'm looking forward to this one. Looks like we're going to have some good fighting up in the front, hopefully provided Softy doesn't run away with it. But yeah, good to be here.
Yes, it is good to be here. We've got about, 5.5 minutes left in the session. Here, Softy is currently the quickest so far from Jack Hickey and Dan the man, who's just on a flying lap as we're watching now. We'll go right on board with him and his head towards turn number 4 now. It's a decent first sector from as we follow him on from this lap. So while Dan completes this lap, we'll talk about the championship. Going into this race, Softy has got a 31-point gap in the top of the championship ahead of Jack Hickman. Matt Tibos is in third on 124 and Vioffer Glock is on 120 in fourth. Also, the Haas team of Softy and Wet Lemons are currently leading the championship in the constructors on 245 ahead of Mercedes, with Matt Tibos and Jean as their drivers on 226. So Dan the man coming towards the end of this lap now. He's got a couple more corners to go on this flying lap. So Luca, what are the main challenges about this Hungary circuit?
So it's a technical circuit, and you've got to make sure you've got a flow going through here. Probably the hardest corners that I fall out probably in order to get them right. You're not exceed track limits. You're looking at turn 4. Turn 5, you've got to be really careful not to touch the inside curb, otherwise you will spin it. And then the flow's probably looking for just in the middle of sector 2 through the S's and then out onto the, I'd call it the back straight. Can be difficult as well. But one of the main areas that you can really gain time is in the final corner. Getting the exact exit from there to give you the straight line speed down the main straight is one of the key areas we need to focus on.
It is indeed, as we are just looking at Softy starting a flying lap. I think in his Haas, he's currently top of the timesheets at the moment with 114, I think, 0.8. I can't tell because of the purple background it is. Yeah, 114.8. He's literally just ahead of Dan the man, who we're on board with that flying lap, and popped in just about 6 thousandths behind Softy there. But Softy once again on a flying lap, and what's his first sector going to be? Jack Hickman, I think, is on he's on an out lap. And just as it comes up with what the sector times was, there was a thing pop up on my screen. But anyway, we've got
200s up in the first sector there.
Okay, 200s up. That's good to know. Thanks for that, because here's the thing saying on air with a comment popping up in the chat. So it's nice of you to join us tonight for TGP1 season 37. Like I said, rounds 13 and 14, as we see Softy coming towards the end of the second sector, and he's 2 tenths up on his previous best, and he's got a couple more corners to go, Luca.
Yeah, this is looking like a good lap. Softy always seems to be able to pull it out of the bag. We think there's no more time to gain. Let's see how he comes in. He's attacking the final corner really well. He's got a really good run now. Let's see how he comes off the line. Yeah, he's gained a few extra hundreds there in the final sector for an overall lap to be nearly 2.5 tenths quicker.
Yeah, 2.5 tenths quicker than the rest of the field. We've got Jack Hickman. I think he's just on a flying lap now, coming towards the end of sector 1. Yes, he is. Jack Hickman, there's about 2 minutes left in this session and he's gone about half a tenth up. I don't know if that's his previous best or if that's purple overall. If that's purple overall, then that could be very tasty indeed. Currently 4 tenths down on Softy as he flicks himself through the chicane of 6 and 7 and heads towards the twisty sections of the back of the circuit through sector 2.
Yeah, he's attacking this well. Let's see how he attacks this corner coming up to what I like to call the back straight. Yeah, it's well done there, but let's see. He's 800s up, and I think that's on his personal best.
Yeah, that would be his personal best, so it might get him ahead of Dan the man and onto the front row of the grid as it stands, but it's not going to be challenging Softy. We'll see what he does coming around the final corner onto the DRS straight, the main straight. DRS wide open, and the time is a 14.6. He has gone within a tenth of Softy. As we see, Dan the man is on an out lap, CJH on a flying lap in the McLaren. So yeah, it's getting tasty towards the end of this session, Luca.
Getting tasty for sure. I don't know if there's some kind of track evolution going on here as well.
Well, Cam's just popped up second there actually while we were looking at CJH. Cam up into second place and putting himself on the front row. Softy's done his runs now, so that'll be it for him. So will we see someone nick that pole off Softy? Maybe like Dan the Man, CJH. I don't think he's going to be challenging, but Dan the Man's probably the best bet to challenge Softy for that pole.
Yeah, for sure. Dan the Man's always on the pace here. Let's just see if this is track evolution. If this is genuine pace that's just been held back, keeping the cards close to the chest.
Well, there's more rubber going down on the circuit normally means some track evolution. We've got Dan the Man just coming up to start a flying lap now. We're going to ride on board with the Alpine driver as he gets on the gas, opens the DRS and starts his final time run in this session. Down towards turn 1 now in heavy braking zone, down to about 3rd gear. Yeah, down to 3rd gear, gets it tucked in. Could have been a little bit tidier there, but he's got round the corner, got the DRS open, decent exit, and he's heading towards turn number 3 now.
Just getting on board with Jack it's run to finish now, so let's see who else can challenge for the top spot. Yeah,
we're right on board with Dan the Man. He's got about 18,000 up in the first sector on his previous bet, and is he still going for the lap? Yes, he is. Decent exit coming out of 5 into 6 and 7 now. The tight chicane, a bit of a swapper on through 6, and he's run wide and invalidated the lap.
Oh, he's lost it.
Yeah, that's the end of that. So it looks like Softy. Yeah, Softy is going to be on pole position. Jake Davis, is he still on flyer? No, I think he's been held up by the Williams. We've got Jovial Mancy coming towards the end of the lap. What's his time going to be? And he stays in 9th position. We've got Court as well coming to the last couple of corners, Luca.
It looks like he's out of the session. He's not going to same lap as Jack Pearson, maybe on a flyer here.
Yeah, Jack Pearson is on the fly. I think Jake Davis caught him through the chicane of 6 and 7, so that ended Jake Davis' chance of getting further up the grid. Jack Pearson's run wide. I think he's peeling into the box as well. Yeah, so I think that is it for the session. So Softy has claimed yet another pole position in TGP1. Cam is in 2nd and Jack Hickey in 3rd. So that was a decent session there for Softy once again, and a good chance to extend his championship lead in this race. On the circuit, it's very difficult to overtake Luca.
Yes, agreed. And just looking at the pole time from last year, the pole time was 1:14.478, so slightly, just a tenth down from that. Yeah, this puts Softy in a great position in order to be the all-time winners, I think, in TGP1. Right,
yeah, he's currently tied at the top of the all-time winners list with James, and needs one more victory to overtake and become the all-time winningest driver in TGP1. So here is a final rundown of the grid. Softy with his 69th pole position in TGP1. Nice. Gets pole position with Cam in 2nd and Jack Hickey in 3rd. We have Dan the Man in 4th place. CJH in 5th. Ollie Hart in 6th with an old McLaren 3rd row. Jake Davis in 7th. Then we've got Keir in 8th. Jovial Manty in 9th and Court rounds out the top 10. Then we're following up with Wet Lemons, Jack Pearson, Waze, Matt Tibos, Phil Bardrow, who didn't set a time as well, and ERT Jordan. So getting ready to go for 18 laps round the Hungaroring circuit, Luca. And what are your predictions for this race?
I've been told by the drivers that this is going to be a dry race going ahead, so providing Softy gets a good launch and can keep it clean into turn 1, I think this will be his race. But we could see some interesting action from 2nd backwards. Going into turn 1, we'll just have to see who's the bravest and who's the latest on the brakes, especially who can keep it clean around here. You lose any part of your front wing around here and your race is over.
Yeah, so it's very important. So getting ready to go for 18 laps around the Hungaroring, the 4.3 kilometre circuit, and the lap record in real life is a 16.6, but we blitzed that in qualifying with a 14.5 there from Softy. 2 DRS zones on this circuit. We've got the main straight and you've got the run from 1 to 2. And the DRS detection is just before turn 14, so that's going to be a key point if there's going to be any Verstappen Leclerc shenanigans like there was in Saudi. So the drivers are ready to go, and the 5 3, 4, 5 lights are on here in Hungary, and we're away for the Hungarian Grand Prix. It looks like a decent start from the front row so far. Softy looks like he's going to be able to hold his advantage. Going to have a challenge behind. Is the Ferrari going to look up the inside of Cam? The McLaren's had a great start from the 3rd row of the grid, and CJH is already up into 3rd place, Luca.
Yeah, we've just got Court, who's had a spinner out in the background. He's out of the race, unfortunately. We'll see if that triggers a safety. Virtual safety car has been triggered. I don't quite know what happened there. I just saw maybe there was a bit of contact, or he just got too happy on the throttle. But that's a shame for Court.
Yeah, it's not a good start for the Dutchman. Coming off a poor home Grand Prix last time in Holland. Netherlands, I should say. Holland's the region. Netherlands is the country itself. I just remembered that. Virtual safety car here in Hungary, and yeah, this kind of dampened the start of this race, but hopefully it'll get a bit tasty once the virtual safety car comes in. Unfortunately, we have no idea when it's going to come in, but we'll see. So, do you think there might be an early stopper under this virtual safety car, Luca?
I don't think it would be a wise choice. Putting 17 laps on the medium tyres around here is quite a difficult ask, and with going on the hard tyres, it's a bit of a suicide mission, if you ask me. It'll be interesting to see if how the drivers are managing their delta, as it can be quite difficult to manage your delta generally on the F1 to one game at times, and we'll see who can take advantage of that.
Yeah, it is, as we go back racing here at Hungary, and looks quite close to the back of Softy. He's got CJH also all over the back of him as they're trying to break the toe behind, especially the Aston Martin of Jake Davis, but it looks like it's going to be line astern going through the first couple of corners. It's going to be Softy leading, Cam in second, CJH in third, and Jack Hickey's lost a couple of places off the start and he's down in fourth. Dan the Man also had a bit of a shocker and he's down in sixth. He's had a very poor start, Dan the Man.
Yeah, must have just not gotten the jump on the gun there as everybody else did, and unfortunately have lost out.
Yeah, he has indeed. We've got Jake Davis in the Aston Martin, going to ride on board with him now as he enters the second set of the time of racing speed in this session. But they're all lined astern, the top six. You could probably throw a blanket over them at this current time. As we see Dan the Man actually making a move up the inside Jake Davis, and what a move! Inside of turn number 8, kind of snuck up on Jake Davis and has taken the position and gained a place there, Luca.
Yeah, got to take advantage here on the restarts. Maybe not in the easiest place to ever take on a circuit, considering the location that it was, but yeah, got to take advantage when you see one. Yeah,
you have indeed. Dan the Man took advantage of an opportunity. It's a very difficult circuit to overtake, and Jake Davis is actually coming into the pits, and maybe he had damage there, and that's been compounded with Dan the Man passing him. So Jake Davis, very good pit stop for him.
Yeah, it's looking quite spicy towards the back. Matt Tibos looking to make a move here on Wace. We're into the first corner. Looks like a relatively easy one here.
Yeah, it
Matt
is.
Tibos on the medium tyres as well, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out towards the end of the race.
Yes, it is indeed. We see Phil Bardrow and Jack Pearson also scrapping behind the two Williams just in front, but yeah, it's a decent little scrap. But we're going to go back towards the front of the field now as Jack Hickey's only a couple of attempts behind the McLaren driver of CJH, who have kind of lost touch a bit with the front two, haven't they?
Yeah, it looks like the front two are starting to stretch their legs a bit here. Softy not being able to shake Cam off his tail, especially with DRS being activated soon. This could get quite interesting.
Yeah, it could indeed. We've got Jake Hickey trying to nick that last podium spot. There could be more safety cars and virtuals in this race. Quite an easy circuit to make a mistake on, wouldn't you say, Luca, this Hungary ring?
Oh, more than possible. Those corners that I called out in qualifying are the ones that easily spin you, and then if you're too close, it's very easy to catch away. Yeah, it's a classic circuit with a good challenge. It's my kind of circuit. I'd say more for it.
Yeah, so Jack Hickey, I don't think he's going to be quite close enough to make a move into turn 1, but he's going to use this second DRS zone and maybe make a move into turn number 3. Meanwhile, Cam is all over the back of Softy, but again, not going to have the opportunity to go for a move. But Cam won the French Grand Prix, what was it, a couple of weeks ago, last time out? So he's got form on maybe holding back a bit on Softy and then pouncing on him towards the end of a run. But it's good to see that Cam and Softy are renewing their battle from France.
Yeah, for sure. Cam just needs to keep it nice and clean under the dirty air of Softy's ass there to make the move in the correct spot. It's just a bit of a waiting game. He knows how good a driver Softy can be, so just keep it nice and cool and see what we can do from there.
Yeah, we can indeed. So Cam, I think Softy's running a bit more downforce than Cam, or it might be just the dirty air effect, as we see Phil Bardrow has picked up a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting and track extending. That's not the biggest surprise of the day so far. But these two up the front are getting quite close to each other. And meanwhile, the battle for third is also getting quite tasty as well.
Yeah, for sure. You've got Dan the Man in the mix there. Jeremy Valley just a bit further off, but Jack Hickey's
yeah, and just as Phil Bardwell's retired from the race as well, so this could play out beautifully for Jack Hickey, and it has indeed. He's pulled into the pits for his mandatory pit stop, and a safety car has come out. I think Ollie Hart's also had an accident as well as he retired in the pits, but that is worked out beautifully for Jack Hickman. He's pitted already, and the other driver's going to be running around under a Delta, so this might work out very nicely for him.
I think he timed his pit stop to perfection there. If not, had a bit of lady luck on his side. But yeah, I can't imagine anybody won't take advantage of this safety car to pit now. I think it's a good time to put the mediums on, especially if the safety car's out for a few laps.
Yeah, the safety car will probably be out for a few laps. It's lap number 5 here at the Hungary ring. It's been quite an interesting race so far, with the top 2 pretty much line astern, a little bit of a gap, and then 3, 4 and 5 been pretty much close. But Jack Hickman, like we said, pitted just before the safety car came out, and is probably going to get the jump on CJH and Dan the Man, thanks to them running round on Delta. But he'll be running round on the Delta as well, actually, so it could get tasty.
I don't know what the pit stop lap time or pit stop loss is in Hungary, but Jack Hickey is 23 seconds behind the leader as it stands, so it'll be interesting. If we go on for say 14 seconds, he could easily get up to Dan the Man in the region.
Yeah, I'm guessing everyone peeling into the pit lane now, yes. I think the only person who, Wet Lemons on the mediums won't be, so he will be the leader of this race and in charge of the restart most likely. Matt Tibbos is even coming on his mediums. So yeah, we'll see where everyone plays out. We're just going to scroll through. Softy still in the box. Wet Lemons takes the lead of the race. And where's Softy going to come out in comparison to Jack Hickman? I think these two are going to still be ahead. But where's Jack Hickman? He's on the main straight, yeah. Oh, no, he's lost out actually.
Oh.
Has he? Where is the cut? Yes, he has lost out because he's behind Roy now. Yeah.
That's a massive surprise.
That is, I guess his Delta is a bit of a curse on this game because he's actually lost by pitting under the safety car.
That's crazy. I'd have expected similar to an Alonso in Shanghai 2008, was it? Where he had the perfect kind of stop. Obviously not engineered in this scenario at all. It's, yeah, it's quite surprising.
Yeah, very surprising indeed. So the running order after the pit stops under this safety car, we've got Wet Lemons in the lead of the race, hasn't pitted yet. We're followed by Softy, his teammate in second place. Cam is in third, CJH is in fourth, and Dan the Man in fifth. So Wet Lemons is surely going to help out Softy on this safety car restart. He's going to either tow him along and help gain the advantage, or he's just, if Softy goes up the inside, he's just going to let him go, surely.
Yeah, I thought so. Wet Lemons here on the mediums, hasn't stopped yet. Late stop, he's just going to have to help out his teammate here, especially in the position that Softy's in. It would be very surprising if you don't let see him.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what tyres that Matt Tibbos has gone on to actually. I'll just have a quick flick through now. He has gone on to the softs. Okay, so he's gone on to the soft tyres. He started on those mediums, but he's got to take those softs an awfully long way in this race. What, 10, 11 laps of racing laps that could potentially be for him?
Yeah, you're going to have obviously less fuel to wear on those tyres, but it's a big ask for soft tyres when you are at racing speed. Especially, there's not a longer strategy game here in order to actually conserve the tyres. You're going to have those other runners behind you on the mediums attacking. It's going to be a difficult ask for Tibbos here.
Well, I think he needs to make hay while the sun shines here in the beautiful Hungary rig. He's going to be on the soft tyres, which will help him out on the restart. So maybe his strategy would have to be gain as many places as he can right on the early part, and then just sort of try and hang on for dear life at the end of this race.
Yeah, for sure. The difficulty of overtaking around this track is going to play into his hands if he can take advantage of those soft tyres early on in the safety car restart. So if tyre wear does become an issue, he's not necessarily going to plummet down the order, but he'll have to concentrate pretty hard in order to make sure that he stays out of DRS road.
Yeah, That's an important thing. Thankfully, it is Hungary as well. It's a difficult circuit to overtake, like we've alluded to already in this broadcast. Very difficult circuit to overtake. The only real opportunities you've got is turn 1 and maybe turn 3. Basically, the first couple of corners, and then you're kind of stuck in a train for the rest of the lap. But Dan the man proven already in this that you can actually make a move at different corners if you get it absolutely spot on with maybe someone making a mistake in front of you.
Yeah, as safety cars in this lap, so as I alluded to, you've got to take advantage when you catch people in front of you napping, or if there's a gap is there, you've got to take it.
Yes, you have indeed. So Wet Lemons is the pace setter on the safety car restart. It'll be on to lap number 8 when we restart this race here at the Hungary ring. It's the Haas 1-2 at the moment, but Wet Lemons has not made his pit stop yet. Softy has. We're just waiting to see when Wet Lemons will go and bolt at the restart. Softy is waiting and waiting and waiting. And when is Wet Lemons going to put the anchor down? There he goes. And he's put the anchor down, and he's not actually helped his teammate. The CJH is all over the back of Cam as well. Surely Wet Lemons is going to let his teammate go. Yes, he is. He's going to try and slot in behind. CJH down the inside of...
Oh, there's contact.
There's 3 wide on the exit of that corner. It's the Haas, the Aston Martin. It's CJH. Is he going to take the lead of this race?
Oh.
Yes, he is. CJH from 3rd on the restart. Out of the people who appeared, has gone and taken the lead of this race. Cam is up to 2nd out of the peers. And Softy's dropping like a stone. Oh no, sorry. It's Wet Lemons. I'm getting confused with the Hasses.
He's on those old tyres. He's tried to help out his teammate into the first corner, and he's fought hard in order to try and allow Softy to increase that gap, which he seems to be doing quite well. Although it seems to be coming down a little bit. It might have made a slight mistake in the middle sector, but it's increasing now. I can see Softy getting out of DRS range.
Well, he's already outside of DRS range on CJH, but very opportunistic from CJH there. Noticing the Haas switch around actually, that I didn't fail to notice myself. But yeah, the Haas switch around, and CJH being the opportunist, down the inside of Cam, getting the move done, and he puts himself up into 2nd place, and he's going to try and keep up with Softy. Go for a move, but I think it's more likely that Cam might get him back.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just looking down further down the field. Jack Hickey's just made up a place, and Dan the man is very, very close behind him. Matt Tibos is I believe on 8th place now, seems to be making a move on the back of Jack here with those soft tyres. So this could get spicy into turn 4.
It is indeed. We're going to switch to Matt Tibos now. He's going to look to the outside at turn number 4. He's not going to quite have the run on him. Maybe go for the switch round the outside at turn number 5. He's going to pull this move off. Oh, what a move. Matt Tibos, take a bow, son. Round the outside of turn number 5 and gets himself up into P7 in this race, which will be a net P6 once Wet Lemons is pitted. Jovial Manatee's had a good restart as well. He's overtaken Dan the man, and he's up into a net P4. Got Wet Lemons to try and pass next on the road as Dan the man picks up a 3-second time penalty.
Round the outside of turn 5, I didn't think it was possible, but that was a sensational move by Matt Tibos.
Yeah, meanwhile up the front, Cam is all over the back of CJH, but we've got to keep an eye on this battle. That's Wet Lemons basically being the cork in the bottle at the moment. We've got Matt Tibos all over the back of Dan the man. We've got Dan the man all over the back of Jovial Manatee. Is there going to be a move into turn 1 by any of this group? No, they're not. They're going to sit line astern. I think we've entered the DRS train for this group of cars. Meanwhile, is Cam going to make a move round the outside? No, not quite. He just about holds on for the time being. Matt Tibos all over the back of Dan the man. Is he going to make a move this time round into turn number 4? No, he isn't. But Dan the man gets a swapper on actually. So maybe if he could do what he did last time, pull a move round the outside, get a good run through here. No, he's not quite close enough to do the same as he did last lap.
I was just on board with New Zealand Cam here, and that looks like he's getting frustrated with CJH. Knowing that it seems to be quicker at this stage of the race. But as we've alluded to throughout this whole broadcast, it's difficult to take around on Grand Ring, and this is showing here.
Yeah, Wet Lemons really has been the cork in this bottle in this battle for P4 on the road. Dan the man is going to stick it inside of Jovial Manatee. I don't think he's made it stick. No, he hasn't. He's round the outside. Is he going to try and pull off a move round the outside of
Matt Tibos
30?
taking advantage here.
Yeah, Matt Tibos on the soft tyres is going to try and make a move. Not quite. He's going to try and hang it round the outside, get the undercut. And Matt Tibos right on board with him now. He's going to have DRS wide open, heading down the straight. Dan the man's going to have the DRS wide open as well, and Jovial Mansi could be a sitting duck. Meanwhile, further up the field, Cam past CJH, and he's up into P2 once again.
Yeah, it's a good move by Cam now. It just caught him, and this is going to be interesting. It's turn number 3.
Yeah, it is indeed. Tibos into the side of Dan the man. It's getting very tasty in this battle for P5 on the road. Dan the man and Tibos are wide. Tibos, how did he not hit the wall there? That is some miracle, that. And Jake Davis has picked up a 3-second time penalty in the back of the field, but that was mighty close to the wall for Dan the man and Matt Tibos there. Both running extremely wide on the exit of turn number 3.
Full of action. We love to see it from these safety car restarts. Everybody's still bunched up, still fighting. It's good to see that Dirty Air hasn't played too much of an issue here, but this is great.
It is indeed. Wet Lemons really is the cork in the bottle once again in this race. He's going to probably drop right to the back of the field, unfortunately for him, but he's doing a stout defensive job with Jovial Mansi being the main man under pressure at the moment.
Yeah, and it looks like the early work he put in during the safety car restart really has paid off. Softy making a 2.2 second gap to second place. It seems to be cruising here.
Yeah, he does indeed. Meanwhile, the DRS train is in full swing. Welcome aboard the Wet Lemmings train. Stop Hungary, maybe in Spa as well. But we're heading towards lap number 12 of this race now. Coming towards turn number 2. Dan the man, still trying to look for a way past Jovial Mansi.
Yeah, for sure. It's he just needs to just stay calm. I think there's some frustrations coming in, trying all sorts of different moves. But this is Dan the man we're talking about here. He's well seasoned, experienced. He knows when to make moves and when not to.
Yeah,
I think Matt Tibos' soft tyres may be losing a bit of their performance now. He doesn't seem as racy. Or he's just conserving some battery to have another attack. I don't quite know.
Yeah, maybe he is doing that. He's got another soft tyre running right behind him in Kaya in 9th place, but this battle is, what, 4th down to 10th? We've got Kaya looking down the inside of Matt Tibos. Yeah, Kaya's down the inside of Matt Tibos, gets the move done, and he's up into 8th place. So, good move there from Kaya in the inside of turn number 12. And he puts himself a little bit further up on this DRS train. Dan the man looking for a move up the inside of Jovial Manatee. But Jovial Manatee looking for the sweeping exit. Meanwhile, we've got Wet Lemons finally peeling into the pit lane, which is bad news for Jovial Manatee, as he's now going to be the front of the train. Jack Hickey down the inside of Dan the man. Gets the move done, does he? Yes, just about. And Kai is looking up the inside as well. Going to be on the outside of turn number 3. He's on the soft tyres. Dan the man's dropping like a stone at this current time. Losing 2 places, and yeah, so still side by side. Oh, they've made contact, and Dan the man's in the wall. He's out the race.
That's such a shame. Dan the man just lost traction coming out of the final corner, and everybody was on his back. It's such a shame. He was holding off well, and it's a safety car.
Yeah, I didn't get the best camera angle of that, but I seen the contact. I seen Dan head into the wall, and then the game's auto cut decided to cut away, and I didn't actually see the impact, unfortunately. So, a bit of crunching impact into the wall that he nearly ended up in a couple of laps ago with Matt Tibos.
Yeah, these things can happen. It gets quite tight coming out of turn 3 and into turn 4, and drivers running wide. Yeah, it's always a dangerous zone to be racing side by side.
Yeah, it is indeed. Meanwhile, CJH. And CJH got back ahead of Cam while we were watching that melee. We completely missed it through everyone else. And Cam is also dropped into the pits. No one else has come in. So it's a bit of a strange one from Cam. Actually, Matt Tibos is in as well. So maybe they're both...
Yeah. Maybe, I think Tibos' tyres are probably shot through this, so I can understand this. But Cam seems to have lost unnecessary positions here going onto the softs.
Yeah, and we've alluded to it many times. It's a difficult circuit to overtake on the Hungary ring. So track position is king on this circuit. So baffling decision from Cam, and slightly, not as much so for Tibos, but definitely for Cam, very baffling decision.
I can't imagine he'll be going for a fastest lap around here. doesn't seem to be that important in the championship.
Well, he's probably only going to have 3 laps as well when the race restarts, and he's got to make up, what, 5 positions in 3 laps? Just to get back to where he was beforehand. So that is a very poor call from Cam.
Can't see it being.
No, it's just not the best move. But we're under our second safety car here at the Hungary ring. We're on lap number 14. A quick rundown of the field. Softy once again in the lead of this race, followed by CJH in second. And Jovial Manatee, thanks to Cam pitting, has found himself on the podium. And this is going to get this spicy battle that we were seeing, battling for P4. It's going to get even tastier now they know it's for a podium, isn't it, Luca?
Yeah, for sure. He hasn't got his teammate there to help him out either on the safety car restart, so he's going to have to be on his toes. He's got to make that the widest pass on the track. Let's see how this plays out, but especially with the safety car not coming in this lap, got 2 laps, not going to have any DRS, I don't think. Maybe the final lap, but it won't even be worth it.
Yeah, we've had 5 DNFs in this race, unfortunately. Dan the Man, Jake Davis, Ollie Hart, Phil Bardwell and Court have all left us. Before lap 15, we've got going to have what I predict it will come in the end of this lap, and we'll have about 3 laps racing. So I think Softy, he can do the business from the front, and he's like we said, he's joint on the winners list, top with James for most wins in TGP1. And unless he does something drastically wrong on this restart, I think he's going to make it 71 this race.
Yeah, for sure. Softy has the experience there. He's a good driver. You don't get 70 wins in TGP1 for nothing. It's a hell of an achievement, and it's good to see a record breaker around the Hungary ring. Great classic circuit as well. Probably the reason we've seen so many DNFs is these classic circuits really can catch the drivers out. So to win now to set a pole lap time as well, it's a special achievement.
Yeah, it is indeed. So Softy leading the race, CJH in second, Jovial Manatee third, Jack Hickman in fourth, and then we've got Kai on the softs in fifth. Waze has put himself up into sixth, so fair play to him. Cav is in seventh, ERT Jordan in eighth, Matt Tibos is ninth, Wet Lemons is 10th, which he's actually probably quite thankful of this safety car, because he was going to be probably plumb dead last anyway. Then pitted, and now this safety car's come out, he's going to be on the soft tyres, and maybe he can gain a couple of positions towards the end of this race.
Yeah, bit of a recovery drive here for Matt Lemons. Safety car in this lap, but yeah, let's see what happens through these last effectively 2 laps of this.
Yeah, CJH is going for the old Max Verstappen trick as we head through the final couple of corners. Softy controls the pace of the field while we wait for the safety car to peel into the pit lane as we get going for 3 laps of racing here at the Hungary ring, and it's been a very interesting and very exciting 15 laps so far. Is the final 3 going to live up, and we're going to have a grandstand finish here at Hungary ring? Waiting for Softy to pull the trigger and get on it, and he has, and he's left CJH with a bit under the cosh a bit from Jovial Manatee as they cross the line with 3 laps to go. Jovial Manatee gets a decent restart as well.
Softy made a great exit there. He used all of the track that he could coming into the final corner in order to slingshot off the final corner onto the back straight. So it's a good move from Softy there, using his experience. And all's clean so far. We've got race right at the back of New Zealand Cam.
Well, Cam's actually just passed him, so Cam on these soft tyres has passed him, and he's going to look up the inside of Kai, maybe into turn number 4. He gets the move down there side by side, still side by side. He's going to try and go round the outside. Cam, is he going to do what Matt Tibos did earlier? Yes, he did. He's already gained 2 places on this restart, so he's got 2 more cars in front of him to get back where he was. Jack Hickey, Jovial Manatee, Jack Peterson has picked up a penalty. Again, not surprising fact of this race, as we see Cam flying up the field now on those fresh soft tyres, Luca.
Yeah, well, he had a tall order to live up to, and he seems to be delivering so far. He's right on the back of Jack Hickey now, coming into the final 2 corners. He's going to make the move. Whoa!
He's going to look up the inside of... Yeah, well, down the... Yeah, he's made the move up at the inside of 13. He gets the position. He's got 2 more laps to go. Already all over the back of Roy, and this is back where he started. In 1 lap, this is a pretty impressive restart from Cam. He's going to look for the move down the inside into turn number 1. Not quite. He's going to maybe wait and do him on the exit with the traction, actually. Yes, he is. The outside towards turn number 3. Side by side with the AlphaTauri and the Aston Martin. Is he going to make the move stick round the outside? Yes, he has, and he's back up into P3 in this race.
Meanwhile, watching that, Tibos has gone past Kaya and started moving to turn 1.
Yeah, that is a very good move. 2 laps to go in this race. Softy's pulled out a second and a half. But Cam, he's flying on those soft tyres. Can he get on the back of CJH and get the move back into P2?
Doesn't seem to be gaining as quickly, but he is gaining. Just all depends how he goes through his middle sector and if he can get the final run onto the final lap.
Yeah, well, the middle sector is where he's going to be gaining all that time on those soft tyres compared to the guys on warm mediums. And he's very much on the back of CJH already here. Is he going to try and do a sneaky move further up the field? No, he isn't. He's going to look all over the back of CJH. Meanwhile, behind, we've got Matt Tibos round the outside of Jack Hickman going into turn number 40. We'll have to see whether he gets that move done. But you're going to be our eyes for that, Luca. DRS has been enabled as well. And it's the fastest lap for Cam. And he's all over the back of CJH. But unfortunately, the DRS is just a little bit too late to be enabled for him.
Yeah, Matt Tibos is trying to go around the outside into turn 1 here. He's got some traffic with Jovial Manatee that's not helping his cause here. But he's still not giving up. He's going to go into turn 2. And he's made this move stick. Can he get around Jovial Manatee now going into turn 3?
That is the question. He's going to be... Oh, he's dropped
he's
back.
Lost out. He's had a bit of a swapper.
Ah, okay. That'll be why. But Cam all over the back of the McLaren driver. He's gone defensive, actually, the McLaren driver into 6 and 7 in chicane. And Cam's off! Cam's in the wall! Jovial Manatee, is he going to be back onto the podium? Oh, well, let's see. Has he got front wing damage, Cam? Probably. Yes, he is. He's crawling. Softy is going to win the race. CJH is going to be second. But is Jovial Manatee going to be able to pass Cam with his damage after clouting the wall? Getting a bit too greedy. Did to show Leclerc and Imola. Being too greedy on the curve. And picked up some damage. Meanwhile, Softy coming around the final corner for the last time in this race in Hungary. He's got a win, and he takes the lead of the all-time winners list. Softy wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. CJH is going to come home in second. Cam holds on just about for third. Jovial Manatee is in fourth. Jack Hickman in fifth, and everyone streams across the line. But congratulations, Softy. You are now the most winningest driver in TGP1, and a pretty dominant performance from him today.
What a race. We unfortunately lost West Ladden's losing it in turn 3. Had a swapper on and straight into the wall, but absolutely incredible achievement here from Softy to get 71 wins in TGP1. To be the most successful driver in TGP1 in terms of wins. Well deserved, especially around the Hungary ring circuit.
Yeah, it is indeed. So that's win number 5 for the season, but win number 71 all time in TGP1. And that is a very strong performance from Softy. CJH, very good performance from him. Probably, I think that's his best result of the season so far, CJH. Second place here in Hungary. And Cam, well, he went for that strategy, pitted under the second safety car, got back and ended up finishing exactly where he was and got fastest laps. So it worked out okay. He got an extra point from it, but it could have gone better for him.
It could have done. He would have got my driver of the day if he'd managed to keep it on the roads during that hold in, as it was an amazing way to work his way back up the field. But if I had to give my driver of the day to somebody, it'd have to be Softy. He controlled it from the front beautifully. He was under pressure and he's delivered, especially around, as I said, how difficult this circuit can be. Well driven, Softy. Yeah,
well driven. So Softy wins the race. CJH takes second place and Cam rounds out the podium. Then we've got Jovial Manatee, Jack Hickey, Matt Tibos, Kai, Waze, Jack Pearson, ERT Jordan, and Wet Lemons is actually the last of the finishers of this race, of the 11 that finished here in Hungary. So it's been a great race at Hungary, and we've still got another race to go tonight, Luca, here at Spa.
We're moving to my favourite circuit of the calendar, Belgium. Again, a classic circuit, plenty of places to crash and to run off and to make mistakes, especially going through Eau Rouge. This is going to be hopefully as good a race as Hungaroring was.